Keeping it with traps, we've got Kevin Bain, who's also an inventor of traps, and the wonderful NZAT220, which Craig Salmon from Bay Bush referred to and trialled earlier in the presentations today. Kevin, are you there?
Yep, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Awesome, we can hear you loud and clear. Take it away, Kevin.
Can you turn my video on? I don't seem to have a video button on my display.
Okay, I'm just trying to see where I can find you on the list, Kevin. I saw you before, but you seem to have disappeared off my screen. Are you under Kevin on? I saw you. Oh, there you go.
Yep.
You see, I'm going to promote you to a panelist, which means you can turn your video on. So you'll just have to click the button when it comes through. Okay, you should be able to put your video on now.
Okay, is that on? Yep. Yeah, comes in my eyes. I'm Kevin from NZ Autotraps. Here to talk about, today I want to give you a quick refresher on the AT220 possum and rat trap, highlighting a few of the newer features. Can you put the swap me for the slide? Hang on, lost me. I can't see.
Yep, no, we'll get there, Kevin. Adele's just working on that for us. Don't want to see my face. Looks like you've got more sun down there than we've got up here right now, Kevin.
Yeah, it's just bursted out right in the wrong time.
Okay, bear with us, we'll get there.
Sorry, Nari, I wasn't aware we're swapping onto a full video, so I'm not sure how to get it onto that without cutting people out, other panelists and that out.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay, so I think we can see you, Kevin, so you just keep going and we'll do our best.
Okay. Yeah, today I'm going to give you a quick refresher on the AT220 possum rat trap, highlighting a few of the newer features. Then I'm going to do a thanks to Craig Bush and highlight the improvements, corrections that we made to the AT220 during his trial. Then some future developments on the end. The refresher. Did you get it under full screen or not?
Yep.
No, you have. Why can't I see that?
You won't see it, don't worry, but we can see it.
Okay. This is the AT220. It's an auto resetting and rebaiting kill trap. We call it a possum and rat trap, but regularly get reports of feral cats, stoats, and mice. The AT220 is the only kill trap that can kill small things like rats and mice, and it can get big things like cats and possums. We do that using two kill zones. In here we've got a kill bar, like in a DOC 200 spring-loaded kill bar, that crushes rats, mice, and stoats. Here we have a keyhole that deals to possums and cats. That's quite unique to have the two kill zones. It's also triggered by a photo eye. Through here is a photo eye, so that enables us to catch small things like the mice and the cats. auto rebaited, and here's plenty of lure. We get lots of bait coming through into a little bait tray, which is just below the eyes. The excess bait drips out of the bottom of the trap and onto a plank. We try and use a plank. It increases the catch rate. Possums are pretty tired. They like to just sit and have a look around before they go in. A few of the newer features is the daylight off is a factory default. It has been recently updated. Now the daylight will turn on, the trap will turn on half an hour after dark and turn off 1 hour before daylight. This is a fix we put in place for the Bay Bush issue, catching wax eyes. A few of you may have caught some wax eyes. They come out early in the morning, like before dawn. So we think we've fixed that. Well, we know we've fixed that. The other add-on we've done is we do now a possum count and a rat count. One of the problems with being able to catch both the rats and the possums is the customer wants to know what he caught. So now we know we can generate 2 counts. The first count is a total count, and the second count is a possum count. So that's it. Total count might be 8, and you might have got 3 possums of that 8. We do this using an accelerometer. When a rat is caught, the trap sits quite still. Still. When a possum is caught, it's hanging out the bottom and the trap moves around. So we're able to detect whether we've caught a possum or a rat, and we call that second one a possum count. Our phone app is now running. It's a short distance Wi-Fi connection to your phone. Only Android, I'm sorry. The Apple guys, we've just had to ask them to go and buy a cheap Android and run the app on that. You don't have to have the Android connected to a network. It'll just run in the background. That gets you battery voltage, counts, trap status. You can change the trap name. There's a little file that gets saved onto your phone, so when you get back to base, you can have a look at that data. It's better looked at through a computer program as opposed to screeds and screeds of paper, but it is there. Long range comms. Some want to know what's happening in real time. This is an option we've decided to do through third-party networks and nodes. So this can be any third-party network using a node with a comms port on it. You have to just give us a call on that if you want to know more about that. But we have that running where our trap goes off, it wakes up the comms port, squirts out a message to the base, and the base do what they want to do with it. Bay Bush, Craig and Brad and their team, well done, and thanks for taking on the trial. I say thanks at this point of the trial because go back in the day, 3 years ago, we'd done many small scale trials, comparisons had been done with promising results, 10, 15 traps here and there, some by us, they didn't count, some by others, who they didn't count either. No large scale trials had been commissioned at this point. Both the DOCs and the regional councils wanted trial results before they would get involved in any large scale trials. So we had a chicken and egg scenario going on. So that's an extra thanks to Brad and Craig. I know it took them several years and a lot of work to get this trial started. The exceptional results were a bonus. I think it was that was good all round. I don't think we could have got a better result. Yes, during the trial we did hit a few reliability issues. Most of the traps used in this trial were our first Gen 2 traps. Yes, we had some growing pains with the plastic moulding failing, lids popping off and base plates breaking, plates blocking. We believe that we've addressed these issues and now have a reliable NZAT220. Most of Brad's traps have been upgraded and should be running at that level, upgraded level. We're still working with bait experts to further improve our baiting system. It's good, it's not perfect. We'll get there with the help of some experts. And yes, it is the current bait is an egg mayo and giving us good results. We're reluctant to change too much from the egg mayo. That's it. One big point here with the Bay Bush trial, which I'm not sure if Brad highlighted, was the results were achieved without an initial knockdown. So we didn't have a big drop or extra effort involved. The traps were laid out at the appropriate grid, 75 by 75, I think Brad said, and they were all set going within a week or so of each other, and that's how it started. There was no knockdown. We started from ground zero, as it were. Thanks, Brad. You guys done well. Further developments. I want to leave these 29th July. At the end of June, NZ Autotraps is moving into a new factory in Wakatani. On the 29th of July, we have Kerry Allen helping us cut the ribbon. At the same time, we will raffle our 10,000th new trap and demonstrate 2 of our new exciting developments. That's 10,000 traps. We had a few beers at the workshop last week for our 10,000th trap we'd made. Well done us. Here's something to think about. With reference to the PDF 250 goal, I'm often asked if the goal is achievable. Just earlier this week, I was talking to a customer in Hawaii. They're targeting mongoose, rats and cats and doing very well with a modified NZAT220. I asked them about non-target and bycatch. His reply was, we don't have non-target. They're all extinct. Hell, that's a thought. All extinct. We have to keep trying, don't we? Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kevin. That is a sobering thought to finish on. At least we've still got some non-targets to not catch.
That's right. And also the plants. I think they're diving into plants. They're trying to get their, they're trying to survive a few of the plants that they've got left.
Excellent. So just seeing seeing your contact details coming up on that next slide, Adele. There we go. So often up here we talk a lot to Hayden. Nice to speak to you directly, Kevin. That's really amazing, 10,000 traps. Well done. I wonder if that's making Steve Allen's eyes water, or whether he's already past that as well. So
That's right. That's right.
Hey, so Andy, did you see any questions coming up there in the chat? I've just got time for one question. We're sort of coming towards the end of our Zooey, and we want to be finishing on time.
Hi, Kevin. No questions have come up just yet, but I have one. Can you talk a little bit about the lure that you're putting in?
Yep. We tried several lures earlier on, and Aurelian are making us a egg-based lure, egg mayo, we're calling it. It's okay. You could put it on your sandwich. We like it, and as I said, we're reluctant to change because we're getting good all-round results. We're getting cats, ferrets, and stoats. We get a lot of reports of stoats in the traps. Whether they're going after the lure or the mushed up rats, I don't know.
And another question that's popped up too. The older trap versions, are they upgradable, including the app device, so you can download the activity?
Yes, we have a program in place to upgrade the older traps, the wooden frame traps. We have a program. If you contact me, or if you email workshop@NZAutotraps.com, that's workshop@NZAutotraps.com, they'll put you in touch, or they'll echo you back the options there. We do a trade-in option or an upgrade option. The upgrade option is where we use as much of the wooden trap that we can and make it into a nice new one. And the trade-in option is just a direct trade-in.
One final question, Kevin. Does the noise of the trap create trap shyness?
We don't believe so. I don't believe so. When we did our early on the cameras, and when we did our early possum NAWAC testing, we had a possum on the top of the trap, and his tail swung around into covered the eye, and the trap went off. He didn't move. He was actually sitting on the top of the trap. We fixed that. That was one of the fixes we had to do, and that's what we've got the mesh around the thing, so he can't poke his tail in there while he's milling around.
No more questions. Back to you, Nairi.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Okay.